Do you want to know exactly how much it costs to live in Switzerland as an international student? Keep watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Guvan Aga. Let's get started. I want you to know that some costs are fixed costs while others are variable costs. Obviously, this video is going to be broken down into some parts, and that is how I'm going to explain it for you. The first thing I'm going to talk about is your accommodation or rent. Now, it depends on the canton that you stay in. For instance, you stay in Geneva. Geneva is really expensive. If you have watched my previous video, I'd already explained how expensive Geneva is. So right now I'm not going to go on how expensive, but some cantons are less expensive than other cantons. Bern, the housing in Bern is much cheaper than in Geneva. Zurich and Geneva is really popular, so I guess that's why it's expensive. But if you stay, let's say, in other cantons that are like a village or something like that, you are going to have cheaper rent. Okay, so for a student in Bern, I used to pay 700 francs per month, and then here the rent of this particular apartment is 1,200 francs per month. So in Bern, the 700 francs is for a room, is for the kitchen. The kitchen is shared with the flat members. In a flat, we used to be like 10 people, so 10 people would share the kitchen. Everyone has their own section of their own compartments of the fridge, and they have their own wardrobe to keep stuff in, and then the toilet is only shared. Oh my god, my battery is low. Everything is working against me today. I rebuke you in Jesus' name. Okay, I had stopped explaining from the kitchen. The kitchen is shared with 10 people, and then the bathroom is only shared. 2 people share a bathroom rather. So I used to share a bathroom with a girl. I think they would pair you male and male, and then female and female, to the best of my knowledge. And that was what do you call it? Not a studio room. That was a single room. So the 700 rent cost includes utility bills like electricity, the Wi-Fi, the water, the laundry services. Not laundry services, just like your laundry, the washing machine and stuff, I think. And you would also have to pay, they give you a laundry card, so you have to put money in there to wash. When your money is finished, you can go repay it, if that makes sense. And I think that's it for the rent. And then here in Geneva, it costs 1,200 because this is a 1-bedroom apartment. So it has a dining, kitchen area, the bathroom, the living room, and then the bedroom. And the rent also includes Wi-Fi bills, the water bill, the laundry bill. Next up on the list is transportation. So coming to Switzerland, ensure that when you go to the SBB, the transport services here are called SBB. Actually, it's called SBB, yeah. So you can pay for half tax, right? A half tax is for people that are from 25 years old and below. You can pay for your half tax, and I paid for my half tax. It cost 185 francs for a year, and then you can pay half fare, transport fare monthly, and you can still pay yearly. You can still pay for the whole transport a year, which is separate from the half tax. So I used to pay monthly in Bern. I paid 60 francs, and then in Geneva I paid 45 francs. Now put in mind that when you pay this transport service fee, it includes the train, it includes the tram, it includes the buses. So you can use any of these, and it's still included in your cost. So for the housing, your house rent can vary from 500 francs to 1,000 francs depending on how luxurious you want to live. There are different options available. There's a shared apartment, there's student lodge, and then there's student housing. Shared apartment, you can share an apartment with a non-student or with other students, and then student housing is when the university provides an accommodation for you, and student lodges are when the university does not provide accommodation for you and you have to source your own accommodation. In this case, there are private organizations that provide accommodation for you. So in a shared flat, your rent can vary from, let's say, 500 francs to 650 francs thereabouts. And then in a student lodge, your rent can vary from 600 to 1,000 because they provide single rooms and then studio rooms. In studio rooms, you have your own bathroom, your personal kitchen, and every other thing that you would otherwise share in a single room. And then the single room, like I said, costs from ranges from 600 francs to 700 or 730 depending on what facilities they provide and what facilities that you choose. For student housing, I'm not sure because the University of Bern does not provide student housing, so I wouldn't know how much it costs, but I think some universities in Zurich and Geneva provide student housing, so you would have to go to the website of the university in question to check exactly how much that costs. Moving on to health insurance. Health insurance is mandatory in Switzerland, but for us as an international student, you can apply and have an exemption from mandatory health insurance. So I used to pay health insurance. My health insurance provider is Swiss Care. So there are different deductibles. My deductible is 1,000 francs, which is the cheapest deductible that there is. So I would pay 65 francs per month, and then after I think a year of my school, I now started paying 66 francs. I really don't know why that is. I never bothered to ask since it was just 1 franc additional to what I used to pay. So whereas the non-compulsory health insurance for other people would range from 300 above, so you still have that expensive that is. So when you come, make sure to apply for exemption from mandatory health insurance. Anyways, they're going to tell you you're going to have all that documents, so you don't need to worry about that. So as per the course materials, it depends on your university really. I came here and for the longest time, or for the whole duration of my studies, I had to study online because it became during the heat of COVID-19. So I really didn't buy any course materials, but from the University of Bern's website, I saw that it could range from 100 francs. So I think it depends on your school. Maybe because Geneva is expensive, perhaps their school would their course materials would range from 150 to 200 francs thereabouts. So this also you need to be sure about. Also about accommodation, I have a video on how the student lodge apartment looks like. I'm going to link it up here. Make sure you go watch that video to see everything about the apartment. I also talked about the cost obviously, and I showed you the facilities the apartments have. So make sure to go there after this video. Thanks. So we are done with now the fixed cost, and I'm going to tell you about the variable cost. I would say that your lifestyle in Switzerland would also influence how expensive you want to live, how expensive your cost is rather. If you travel a lot, if you eat out a lot, then you're gonna be spending about 3,000 francs in a month thereabout. But mind you that the minimum amount that the Swiss authorities require you to have in your account as a Swiss student is 1,500 francs. So that is enough actually to cater to your needs, and you would even have some more cash if you spend wisely. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is takeout, eating out, dining out, however you want to call it. It's expensive. It depends on the restaurants you go to. Actually, if you're going to take out, like you're going to get a kebab in Bern costs from 10 to 12 francs. In Switzerland, in Geneva, it is from 12 francs to 15 francs. And then if you want McDonald's and Burger King, that is from like a menu costs from 14 francs thereabouts. Yeah, it can cost from 14 francs for a single person, and it is the same price. It's the same price even in Geneva. If you see me looking down, I have my notes here, so that's why I'm looking down. If you're eating at a restaurant, it would take, I had gone to a Chinese restaurant the other day, and for one person it will cost you about 30 francs to eat in a Chinese or an Asian restaurant. In an Indian restaurant, it will also cost you about 35 francs. The minimum it will cost you is 30 to 35 francs for a single person eating in a restaurant. So imagine if you eat in a restaurant 4 times a week. That's a lot, baby. My list, the next thing I'm going to mention are groceries. So groceries includes for me household items and health, wellness, if you need to get anything from the apotheke or the pharmacy. So there are much cheaper stores you can go to get your groceries. In case you're coming here, you can go to Aldi, you can go to Lidl, you can go to Dena. Yeah, those options are very cheap, so I always maximize and go there to shop. If you wanna spend some dollars or some Swiss francs and you have enough, you can go to Coop. Coop is really expensive. Migros, it depends. Sometimes their prices, it depends on the products you're buying. Some of their stuff are affordable compared to, like, when I say affordable, it ranges the same prices with Lidl, and then sometimes it's high depending on the products. But Migros is also good, but Migros and Coop, they are on the much expensive side. But on the cheaper side, you have Aldi, you have Lidl, you have Dena. Yeah, I think that's it. But for groceries for a month, I used to spend about 300 to 350 francs a month for groceries in Bern. Yeah. And then in Geneva, things are twice as expensive in Geneva. So if you're coming to Geneva, know to spend about 400 to 450 or 450 to 500 thereabouts. It also depends on where you shop. So if you shop at the much cheaper stores, you have much cheaper stuff and you don't spend this much. But yeah, this is what you spend. And then the pharmacies are also really expensive. Pharmacies are expensive. Medicines are expensive in this place. So the second to the last thing I'm going to talk about is outdoor activities, or let's say miscellaneous. Your outdoor activities can cost you in a month. You can pay about 100 francs to 150 francs if you travel a lot. If you go hiking, you spend money. When you travel, you spend money. So if you're doing all the tourism and sightseeing, you're going to spend at least 150 francs a month to 200 francs, both in Geneva and in Bern, depending on where you go to. Okay, I wanted to give you an example of how much a particular course costs. So at the University of Bern, if you're doing the masters in political, legal, and masters in political, legal, and economic philosophy, it costs 1,005 for international students, and then for Swiss students it costs 805 francs. And this cost is for 4 semesters, which is 2 years, and the credits required is 120 ECTS. if you go to their website, you would see everything that you need to see, and this course is also taken in English. So I just thought to add this in case you want to know how much the courses range. Obviously, international students pay higher than citizens here, so that's it. So one more thing before I end this video. I am right now on the University of Bern's website, and I want to read to you their living expenses. They have an estimated living monthly expenses for you. I just want to compare that with mine. For accommodation, which is potential additional cost, telephone, internet, and all of that, it ranges from 620 to 800 francs per month. For health and medical insurance, 180 to 400 per month. The food, the household goods, 400 to 500 a month. For public transport, 100 francs. For course materials, 100 francs. For miscellaneous, this can be outdoor activities and stuff like that, 100 to 300 a month. So the total of this is 8,500 to 2,200 francs a month. I would say that living in Switzerland is really expensive, so there are some ways that you can go about it. If you live in Geneva, you can always go to France to buy stuff. So many people even live in France and work in Switzerland. It's much more cheaper. That is another option. Second option, always check for things on sale. Always check on things on sale, and before you buy stuff, make sure to check for the expiration dates. And if you do not understand French or German very well, the Google Translate is gonna be your best friend, okay? Please like this video, please subscribe to this channel for more videos, and make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, still let me know. So we have come to the end of this video. I want to also add that to check for things on sale. If you're buying clothes and stuff like that, there's H&M, there's Manor, there's Loeb, there's C&A. There are so many stores. Always check for sale. And if you're buying stuff like one time payment, one time buy, you can check inter discounts, and you can also check their second-hand stores. I've forgotten what they call them, but we call them second-hand stores, where you can buy stuff that have been used, but they are really nice, really good. The products are still in shape, so you can also check their prices are really slashed compared to buying new stuff all the time. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got the information that you needed for this video. Please like this video, please subscribe to this channel, please leave a comment in the section below. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Do you want to know exactly how much it costs to live in Switzerland as an international student? Keep watching this video. My name is Govan Aga.